ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशालाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for tuning in today. So today we will try and cover two chapters, chapter 20 and 21 of the 9th canto. So we were discussing the story of Yayati. So in the in the last few sessions we had that discussion. Chapter 18 and 19 focused on King Yayati. So chapter 18 is entitled King Yayati Regains His Youth. So Yayati Yayati is coming in the lineage of a moon god. So and we discussed how Yayati met Devayani in the well, and how they got married, and how there was quarrel between Devayani and Sharmishta. So because Yayati united with Sharmishta, how what's his name, Shukracharya cursed Yayati to lose his youth and become invalid and old. So that time Yayati approached his sons to exchange his old age with their youth. The youngest son, Puru, accepted his proposal. The other three sons did not accept it. And so he enjoyed his senses with Devayani. Thousands of years, 1,000 years it is said. Although Maharaj Yayati was the king of the entire world, and he engaged his mind and 5 senses in enjoying the material possessions for 1,000 years, he was unable to be satisfied. So we may try several things, try and enjoy in this material world. Nothing will satisfy us. And then Yayati, disgusted with this, with this material enjoyment, he actually renounced the world, and he became detached. Although he was attached to this material enjoyment for so long. Um, so in one moment, he gave up everything, and so he enthroned his youngest son, Puru, and he retired. He became a sannyasi, and at the end, he achieved liberation. He went back to. He personally adopted a life of mendicant or a sannyasi, giving up all attractions to material enjoyment. And engaged himself fully in devotional service to the Lord. Thus, he attained perfection. And Devayani, his beloved wife, also engaged in the devotional service of the Lord, and she also went back to Godhead. So, so that story leaves us with Puru being enthroned as the king of the, or basically emperor of the entire world, entire planet. So, so we will take it from there. The chapter 20 discusses the dynasties of Puru. Puru was the youngest son who was enthroned by his father, and we are now focusing on the dynasty of Puru. There were many names here, so it would be difficult for me to read and also for you to remember. But so in this lineage, I would say there comes a famous king named Dushyanta. So let me see where that is. Yes. So the son of Rantinawa named Sumati had a son named Rebi, and his son was Dushmanta. So I can show you the, yeah, but I think I don't want to confuse you. So in this lineage, just remember that famous king Dushmanta. So we're going to study about Dushmanta. So here in this ninth canto, Shukadeva Goswami describes the lineages, dynasties of these kings, and whenever there is a famous personality comes and he explains about that personality. And he listed so many names before Dushmanta in the lineage of Puru, who was the youngest son of Yayati. So now he's talking, he didn't talk much about other sons, other kings, but now he chose to speak on Dushman. So, so once Dushmanta went to the forest to hunt, and he very much fatigued, and he saw a residence of Kanva Muni. And there he saw a most beautiful woman. She looked exactly like goddess of fortune. And basically, she was illuminating the entire hermitage by her effulgence. And King Dushmanta got very much attracted to her beauty. Mm. So then King initiated the conversation, saying, "Oh, lotus-eyed, beautiful woman, who are you? Whose daughter are you? What purpose do you have in this solitary forest? Why are you staying here?" So initiated the conversation. And he also said, "It appears to my mind that you must be the daughter of a Kshatriya king." Uh, uh, and so that time, the girl, the woman, named Shakuntala. Shakuntala said, "I'm actually the daughter of Vishwamitra, King Vishwamitra. My mother was Menaka. Hmm? But my mother Menaka left me in the forest. Kanva Muni found me in the forest and raised me as his own daughter." So Kanva Muni knows about this. So she never met her father here. So she didn't meet. She never met Vishwamitra or Mother Menaka. And she says, after this introduction, "Let me know how can I serve you." He was the king of the emperor of the entire world. So that much should be spoken. And then she said, "Please sit down and accept whatever reception we can offer." And there is a rice called Nivara rice, a special rice. You can accept that, and we are happy to serve you. And here, so King Dushmanta, said, he kind of proposed to her that if she would be interested to get marry him. Shakuntala was also happy and accepted his proposal with silence. So Dushyanta, King Dushyanta, he married Shakuntala in the Gandharva style, Gandharva Vivaha. I mean, mutual agreement, and then he married her by chanting Vedic Pranava in accordance with the marriage ceremony of Gandharvas. So this is Gandharva Vivaha. So that then King Dushyanta stayed that night there with her, and he united with her Shakuntala, and in the morning he returned to his palace, leaving Shakuntala in the forest. So in due course of time, Shakuntala gave birth to a son. And Kanva Muni, who was looking after Shakuntala, performed ritualistic ceremonies relating to the newborn child. So later, that boy became so powerful that he would capture a lion and play with it. So he was very, very powerful. So this son was named Bharata. This is another Bharata, not Bharata from Ramayana. This is the son of Shakuntala and Dushmanta. So he is was a partial expansion of the supreme law, a Godhead. So it is mentioned here, Arer Amshamsha Sambhutam. This boy named Bharata was a partial expansion of the Supreme Lord. So Shakuntala took her son and approached her husband Dushmanta. So they were living, Shakuntala was living in the forest and Dushmanta went back to palace. So now he didn't know that the son was born here. So initially, when they approached Shakuntala and her son Bharata approached Dushyanta, king refused to accept his wife and son. So Prabhupada writes here that Maharaj Dushmanta knew that Shakuntala and the boy were his own wife and son. But because they came from outside and were unknown to the citizens, he at first declined to accept them. So this is the reason Dushmanta initially declined to accept. Immediately, there is a voice from the sky declared the truth, saying that Shakuntala is your wife and Dushmanta is your son. You must accept it. And King Dushmanta gladly accepted them. So when Dushmanta passed away, looks like he's the only one son here. So Maharaj Bharata became the emperor of the world, son of Shakuntala. So he became the emperor of the world. He was, ruling these Bhumandala with 7 islands. And he is referred as a partial representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in this world. So as I mentioned, this Bharata is a partial expansion of the Supreme Lord. So this Bharata had a mark of Lord Krishna's disc on the palm of his right hand. So impression of a disc on the right hand palm. And mark of lotus wall on the soles of his feet. And Maharaj Bharata, so he engaged in ritualistic ceremonies, and he, under the direction of his gurus, Mamateya and Bhrugumuni, he performed several sacrifices on the bank of Ganges and on the bank of Yamuna. It is said here, he performed 55 sacrifices on the bank of Ganga and 78 sacrifices on the bank of Yamuna. So and he distributed wealth to the Brahmanas. Um, so Prabhupada writes here and that way he pleased Hari. If you see that at the time of Maharaj Yudhishthir, also Maharaj Parikshit also, they performed these horse sacrifices. That is one of the recommended way to please Lord Hari. Prabhupada writes here that mm, it is forbidden to do these yajnas, ashvamedam, gavalambam, sannyasam, phalapraitrukam, devarena sutotpattim, kalau pancha, vivarjayet. So ashvamedam should not be performed in the Kali Yuga. But Shastras recommend that yajnayi sankirtana prayir yajantihi sumedasaha. Those who are intelligent should perform the Sankirtan Yajna inaugurated by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this age of Kali, people endowed with sufficient intelligence will worship the Lord with Sankirtan Yajna, congregational chanting. So, if people somehow or other assemble together and are induced to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, all the purposes of yajna will be fulfilled. So, yes, and in pure state, yeah. So the best process, best yajna is the Sankirtan yajna. Bharat Maharaj, however, it was in a different time. He performed Ashwamedha yajnas or sacrifices. So he he was so powerful that he conquered all the kings and he surpassed even the opulences of the demigods. So, um, yeah, one cannot imitate the activities of Maharaj Bharata. No one could perform such activities in the past, nor will anyone be able to do so in the future. And it is mentioned that Maharaj Bharat, when he was on tour, he defeated and killed all the people who were opposed to Vedic principles of the Brahmanical culture, such as Kiratas, Hunas, Yavanas, Poundras, Khankas, Kashas, Shakas. So all these different races who were opposed to the Vedic principles, Maharaj punished them, Maharaj Bharat. And another important activity is mentioned here. After conquering the demigods, once there was a fight between demigods and demons conquered the demigods. So they went and hid in the lower planetary system. But what did they do? So they brought all the wives and daughters of the demigods also there. So they conquered the demigods. Demons conquered the demigods, and they took away the wives and the daughters to the lower planetary system. Maharaj Bharat, however, rescued all those women along with their associate from the clutches of the demons, and he returned them to the demigods. This is another wonderful activity performed by Maharaj Bharata. And what else he did? He provided all necessities for his subjects. Uh, so in all the planetary system, he provided that. Um, it is said on his earth and in the heaven planets also he did this. So Maharaj Bharat, however, uh, so didn't have sons. So he performed a sacrifice named Marutsoma. Marut, Marutstoma. Marut means, you know, to please the demigods known as Maruts. To get a son, he performed this special sacrifice. So the demigods known as Maruts, being fully satisfied with him, presented a son named Bharadwaja. So this Bharadwaja was son of our Vashishta, Bruhaspati. Uh, so this is how this chapter ends here, and then we'll move on to the next chapter. So, and when so Bharadwaja was given to him by Maruts. So, and the dynasty of Bharata had been described in chapter 21. And so, of course, now we know Bharata got a son named Bharadwaja, who was awarded by the Maruts. And in that lineage, famous personality comes, famous personality known as Rantideva. So we will uh, study the wonderful activities of Rantideva. He was so exalted personality. So Rantideva, he did not endeavor to earn anything. He would enjoy whatever he got by the arrangement of the Lord. When the guests come, he would give everything to them. He underwent severe, considerable suffering along with his family members. So once, after fasting for 48 days, so he fasted for 48 days. So after fasting for 48 days, in the morning, Rantideva received some water, some food stuff made with milk and ghee. But when he and his family were about to eat, a Brahmana guest arrived. So he saw the Brahmana guest in relation to the Lord. He received the guest with faith and respect and gave him a share of the food. Brahmana guest ate that share and then went away. Thereafter, the remaining food, he divided the remaining food with his relatives, means with his family members. Rantideva was about to eat his own share. That time, a Shudra guest arrived. Seeing the Shudra in connection with the Supreme Lord, King Rantideva gave him also a share of the food. When Shudra went away, another guest arrived, surrounded by dogs, and said, "O king, I and my company of dogs were very hungry. Please give us something to eat." With great respect, King Rantideva offered the balance of food to the dogs and the master of the dogs. The king offered them all respects and obeisances. King offered the dogs basically all respects and obeisances. So thereafter, only drinking water remained. He thought like, no, no, let me drink. This is after fasting for 48 days. So let me drink the remaining water, like water, whatever water is there. But this time, when he was about to drink the water, a Chandala appeared there. And he said, "Oh, king, I'm low born. Kindly give me some drinking water." And the king was very, very, aggrieved at the pitiable words of this Chandala. And he spoke this famous verse. Let me see if I can recite this. So those for those who are taking notes, it's 9:21:12. Nakamyai, nakamyai, nakamayeham gatimishvarat param ashtarthi yuktam apunar bhavam va आर्तिं प्रपद्ये किलद देहभाजाम् अन्तस्थितो येन भवन्त्य अदुःखः. So famous verse. And this is Rantideva's prayer. He says that I do not pray to the Supreme Personality of Godhead for 8 perfections, Ashtanga Yoga, Anima, Lagima, Mahima. You get siddhis, some mystic powers. I do not want these. I do not pray to the Lord to give me these mystic perfections, nor for salvation from the repeated birth and death. I don't want liberation. I do not ask the Lord for liberation. Not for, I do not want to, I do not ask for the 8 mystic siddhis powers, nor even for the salvation, liberation. What do I want? He says, I want only to stay among all the living entities and suffer all distress on their behalf, so that they may be freed from the suffering. So basically he's saying, I'll take their karma. I would like to take everyone's karma and suffer on their behalf. They can, once their karma finished, this way they can go back to Godhead. So this is a prayer by Rantideva, very exalted personality. So there is a person named Vasudeva Datta. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, person named Vasudeva Datta, he submitted to Mahaprabhu. He said, I will take the sinful reactions and suffer. I will take the sinful reactions of every living entity and eternally suffer. Here, Mahaprabhu, please deliver everyone. On their behalf, I will suffer. Please transfer their karma to me and let me suffer here perpetually for rest of the eternity. But you deliver, you liberate all the living entities. The Vaishnava is therefore described as being paradukha dukhi, very much aggrieved by the suffering of others. As such, a Vaishnava engages in activities for the real welfare of human society. This is Vaishnava. So this Vasudeva Datta is actually expansion of Prahalad Maharaj. He appeared as Vasudeva Datta. So there is a similarity between Ranti Deva and Vasudeva Datta. Ranti Deva is saying that you do not pray to the Lord for eight mystic potencies, nor for liberation, and he just wants to suffer all the distresses on their behalf, everyone else's behalf, and so that they may be freed from the conditional life. Saying this prayer, he offered his water to that poor Chandala. He gave up all the moroseness and distress. Although on the verge of death because of thirst, gave his own portion of water to Chandala without any hesitation, because the king was very naturally kind and sober. Immediately, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, other demigods, they manifested. So Brahma, Shiva, other demigods basically came to Rantideva to test him. It was not Brahmana, they were all demigods came and tested, and so they pleased with Rantideva. They manifested their own identities. So they had presented themselves as the Brahmana, Shudra, Chandala, and so on. So Rantideva always attracted to Vasudeva. He fixed his mind on Lord's lotus feet. So he only asked them to bless that he has attraction to the lotus feet of Lord Vasudeva. Here Shukadeva Goswami says to Maharaj Parikshit that, O king, Rantideva was a pure devotee, always Krishna conscious and free from all material desires. Maya, Lord's illusory energy, could not touch him. On the contrary, for him, Maya entirely vanished exactly like a dream. So, Maya, we are influenced by Maya, illusory energy of the Lord. To the degree we become Krishna consciousness, to the degree we will be free from the influence of Maya. Here, Maharaj, King Grantideva, completely free from the illusory energy of Maya. All those who followed the principles of King Grantideva were totally favored by his mercy and became pure devotees, attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana. Thus, they all became the best of yogis. So, Prabhupada also underwent a lot of suffering. At the age of 70, 69, he left Vrindavan and he sustained a couple of heart attacks on the way to America in the cargo ship. And even after going there, he had another heart attack. And he had gone through several hardships over the time, managing, publishing books, traveling, dealing with everything. So, yeah, why did he take the pain? So it is to um, um, he was very much compassionate, and he wanted the conditioned souls like ourselves to be benefited. And as a result of that, we are now reading Bhagavatam. We are somehow or other have some little interest to read Bhagavatam. So this is what a Vaishnava does. They take pain. They're called paradukka dukhi, as mentioned before. So Srila Prabhupada. So we are very much indebted to Srila Prabhupada for his hardships and for kindly giving us, he's showing us his unlimited mercy. As a result of that, we are now chanting the holy names of the Lord and following four regulative principles, trying to follow. So we are eternally indebted. And how do we how do we make Prabhupada happy? Just follow his instructions and share this knowledge with others. Nothing else. Don't, it is simple for simple and complicated for the complicated. We have a complicated brain. We just get things complicated, but simple. It is simple in the sense we follow. We put this in practice. If the process works, if we follow the process, it works. If someone says they don't follow the process, they will never become devotees. But if someone listens to this and they follow it, they become devotees. So I was mentioning this, last Saturday. So the process really works. If we follow it, it works for us. So this is out there. There are other things in this chapter, but with so many names. So I'll have to stop there. So at the end it is mentioned Mara Shantanu, father of Bhishma. So he was on a hunting excursion, and he saw male and female children lying on the forest, and out of compassion he took them home. Consequently, the male child known as Krupa, and the female child was named Krupi. Krupi became the wife of Dronacharya. So there are so many names. Basically, Maharaj Shantanu found two children, male and female. Male was Krupa. He became Krupacharya, and female was Krupi. She became the wife of Dronacharya. So that's how this chapter ends. We will stop there. And, in the Bhagavad Gita, sometimes have you seen Arjuna is known as O descendant of Bharata. So that Bharata is this Bharata, son of Shakuntala and Dushmanta. In that lineage comes Arjuna, and Kauravas and Pandavas. They come in that lineage. So that's why he's called Bharata. So descendant of Bharat Maharaj. This is the connection there. Okay. So I will stop here. If anybody, I think these are the stories. Yeah. So with lots of names. But if you have anything that you want to share, you can do so. Otherwise, we shall see you next Thursday. Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Nithai Gaura Premanandi.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you so much very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you especially for your prayers. May you have prayers for your God and what you suffered tonight for us. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.